Hi everyone, I'm Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration attorney. I am located right outside of Washington, D.C. in Arlington, Virginia, but our clients are all throughout the United States. Sorry, it looks like I'm having a little issue here with my live. Hold on, I'm going to try it, shoot for it on, I'm going to try to fix it. I don't know if I'm actually live on Instagram here. Okay. Sorry guys, having a little technical issue. We'll do it again. Get back with our TikTok folks here. Bear with me. All right, I think I'm back on. So sorry about that. My name, if you're just joining me, is Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration attorney. I'm located right outside of Washington, D.C. in Arlington, Virginia, but our clients are located all throughout the United States. And this is because immigration is considered a federal practice. So that means that your attorney can be located anywhere in the U.S. and we can represent you. So the way we do that, we do our consultations by Zoom or by phone based on your preference. Looks like we're still having a little bit of some technical issues, but that's okay. Hopefully it will take care of itself. Okay, looks like we're back on. Sorry. So we're streaming live on both Facebook and on TikTok right now. I think we're trying to shoot for Instagram. I don't know if that's happening or not, but I'm live on Facebook and on TikTok, and our handle is Agarwal Immigration on both platforms. And as I was saying, if you're just joining me, I am an immigration attorney. I am located right outside of Washington, D.C. in Arlington, Virginia, but our clients are kind of all throughout the U.S. We are able to do that because immigration is considered a federal practice. So that means that no matter where your attorney is located, we can help you with your immigration goals. If you're new to our firm, if you haven't reached out to us, or if you haven't watched me on live before, we practice all kinds of immigration. So we help with H-1B cases, we help with humanitarian cases, victims of abuse, victims of crime, victims of trafficking, marriage-based green cards, literally every single thing that you can think of. We pretty much represent clients in kind of all aspects of U.S. immigration law. But what I'm talking about today, just as a legal disclaimer, this is general information to receive legal information about your particular case. You should schedule a consultation because I will have questions for you. You probably have more questions for me. I'm happy to provide general information on here, but this is not considered legal advice. So make sure that if you want legal advice or if you want to go over your immigration options, that you call our office and schedule a consultation with me. Again, my name is Pratibha Agarwal, and you can reach us at our office at 703-348-1663. Again, that's 703-348-1663. Hi, Neela. So if you want to go ahead and type your questions in here, I will provide the best answer that I can, given obviously the limits of being on here. A consultation, if you do want to schedule a consultation, you can call the office. You can talk to Brian, who's really great, and he can get you scheduled maybe sometime this week, maybe next week, depending on my availability. I think I do have some openings this week if you want to reach out to us. They're usually scheduled for 30 minutes, even though I don't actually put like a hard stop to them. So generally they're about 30 minutes and we answer all of your questions. So we will go through your entries, your potential obstacles to attaining your immigration goals, waivers, different things that might be necessary in your case, and kind of figure out what options are the best for you given your immigration goals. Again, I'm Pratibha Agarwal, and I am an immigration lawyer. So awesome. Hi, Neela. Nice to see you. Thank you for joining. Hi, Wase. Hi, Piyu. Hi, Ride. Hi, Baljinder. Hi, Angel. Hi, Sunita. Hi, Majawal. Go ahead and type your questions in. Hi, Serber. Boldinder says, I got married to a green card holder and I don't have an I-94. What can I do? My asylum is pending. Boldinder, that's a really good question. That's a really, really good question. So essentially, if you're married to a green card holder and if you're here in the US, you might be eligible to apply for a green card still, even if you're technically out of status now. If you have an asylum pending, that means that maybe you do have status, right? You might have status. You might have filed your asylum application within the 1 year, but I would need to kind of know the details, and I think a consultation probably for you would be best. So some people that are married to a green card holder, and let's say you came in illegally, let's say you, and Boldinder, this might be you, right? You maybe came into the US illegally, or maybe you came in with some kind of tourist visa and that's out of status, and you're out of status now. Maybe you came in through a port of entry and you used somebody else's passport or visa to come into the US, you might still be eligible to adjust your status. That means to apply for and receive your green card in the United States. So call us to schedule a consultation on this. So we would have to talk with you and determine whether you are eligible. But there are ways to apply for and receive a green card while you're in the US, even if you entered illegally, even if you are out of status now, if you're married to a US citizen or a green card holder. This is based on, I don't want to drive you away, but this is based on abuse, right? And many times people don't realize that they qualify based on the issues that they have with their spouse. But if you want to schedule a consultation, we may be able to determine whether or not you would be eligible to self-petition for yourself without your spouse if you're married to a US citizen or a green card holder. Okay, and this can happen even if you entered illegally, and this can happen if you did enter legally and you're out of status now and you're married to a green card holder, like Boldinder's case. And what would happen is once we file, you receive work authorization in about 6 to 8 months. You receive travel authorization in that same time frame, and your green card interview would be scheduled, assuming you have no other issues. Your green card interview would be scheduled about 2 to 2.5 years from the time we apply, and you would get your green card. So the benefits are really, really great if you qualify. So give us a call and we can schedule a consultation for you and determine whether or not you're able to apply, even if you're out of status and you're married to a green card holder. Again, my name is Pratibha Agarwal, and you can call us and schedule a consultation at 703-348-1663. All right. Hi, Ride. Hi. Miss Diana. Hi, Krishna. Hi, Hidayat. How are you? Hi, Susan. Hi, Murali. Oh, sorry, I missed a question here. Neela says, I received notice now that my husband is a citizen. Sorry, she has 2 questions. She says, please, I received my notice after my interview in 2019 last October, and now I received notice that my husband is a citizen. And Neela, I'm not sure if you have a question. Is that a question? Are you saying that maybe your husband applied for your green card maybe while he was a green card holder and then later became a U.S. citizen? If that's the case, you should just let USCIS know if that happened, that he's no longer a green card holder and that he is a U.S. citizen now. So you can let them know, and they will automatically upgrade your case, meaning it might go a little bit faster. But currently, they're moving at the same pace if you're married to a U.S. citizen or if you're married to a green card holder. They appear to be moving kind of at the same pace. So I don't think there'll be much difference in timing, but it doesn't hurt always to let USCIS know if that is the situation. So you applied when he was a green card holder, now he's become a citizen. There's not really that much, of a problem, but you can send them a letter and say, hey, this has been a change on my application. All right. I hope that helps. If you have any more questions, call us. We're at 703-348-1663. Krishna. Hi. Elam. Hi. Baljinder says, thank you. You're welcome. Ride says, what can we expect for a second interview for my husband? He's a 2-year green card holder. So ride or die, I think you were talking about the removal of conditions. So for those of you that are unfamiliar with this process, when you are married less than 2 years at the time of your green card issuance, This is for marriage-based green cards, right? So if you are sponsoring your spouse or you're being sponsored by a U.S. citizen or a green card holder based on marriage, and you've been married less than 2 years, that means that you will get a 2-year conditional green card. So the good thing about the 2-year green card is that you have all of the rights pretty much same as if you had a permanent 10-year green card. However, at the end of 2 years, you have to apply for a permanent 10-year green card. So you need to show essentially that you're still married, right? That's what they're looking for, that your marriage was not just for immigration purposes, that you are still married. For ride or die saying, so when you do this, you will have another interview where you go in to show that you're still married and that your marriage was not just for immigration purposes. So what can we expect at a second interview for my husband? He is a 2-year green card holder. So essentially at this interview, you can expect that they're going to ask you questions about your marriage. How long it's going to be like the first one. If you had the first one here, if you did adjustment of status, you may have had the first one. It's going to be similar to that in a sense, because you can expect essentially, they're checking to see if you're a couple, right? So what they want to know are things like, who's the one that wakes up first, maybe, right? Who is cleaner? Who prepares dinner? Who does most of the cooking? They might ask you very specific things like, what's your anniversary? What is your spouse's birthday? What did you do for Valentine's Day? Any of those things. How did you arrive to the interview? So it's really all of these things that you would know if you were if you had a valid marriage. Like you would mostly know, and you would know the answer to a lot of these questions. All right. So if we can help you prepare for this, let us know. Again, you can reach us for a consultation. We're doing them by Zoom or by phone, no matter where in the United States you're located. I would love to chat with you about your case and kind of help you get ready for this too. So we help people also get ready for their green card interviews if you'd like. We're at 703-348-1663. I also want to, as Ride or Die mentioned, I wanted to also note that there's a scenario sometimes where you apply for and you receive your 2-year green card, right? And it was not just for immigration purposes. Your marriage may have not just been for immigration purposes, but your marriage is not going well, right? So maybe you come in, you just get married, you receive this 2-year green card, and then the marriage is not going well, that you feel that you are the victim of abuse, that you're remaining in this marriage only for that 10-year green card. So the good news is you do not need to do that. You don't need to do that. So if you are divorced, you can still remove your conditions and get that 10-year green card. You will need to show that your marriage was not just for immigration purposes. Okay, so you do need to show that. No matter what, you will need to show that. If you were married less than 2 years, you will still need to determine to show USCIS that your marriage was not just for immigration purposes. However, let's say that you're not divorced. You're not divorced, but your spouse is kind of holding that against you. You're having problems in your marriage. Your spouse is threatening to have you deported. Maybe there's even physical violence in your marriage, right? So you can qualify to have your conditions removed based on extreme cruelty and abuse, meaning you can apply for that 10-year green card without your spouse. You can go from a 2-year green card to a 10-year green card without your spouse if there is abuse in your marriage, or if you are having marriage problems. Call us and we can let you know. We can do a consultation and we can let you know if you are eligible to apply for that 10-year green card on your own without your spouse. All right. You can call us at 703-348-1663. All right. So we have a number of questions. So Neil on Facebook is saying, my husband is a citizen. He has applied for my green card. Great. Congratulations. So the whole process normally will take about 1.5 years, maybe even 2 years. It's a little bit slower now than it used to be, but it should go fairly smoothly. If we can help you with that, call us. We're at 703-348-1663. Hi, Nathan. Hi, Ricky. Hi, Shelly. Ride or Die says, thank you so much. I will call. Great. I look forward to speaking with you. It was so nice to see everybody today and answer your questions. I will hop back on tomorrow, and I hope that I'm able to answer more of your questions. Thank you so much for joining me today. If we can help you with a consultation, if you'd like to call our office, again, as I mentioned, we are located right outside of Washington, D.C. in Arlington, Virginia, and we help clients all throughout the U.S. So give us a call if you'd like to schedule a consultation. They're done by phone or by Zoom based on your preference, and it'll be, if you do Zoom, which is my preference, it's kind of like this. We're going to just be talking one-on-one, and I'll be able to really analyze your case and give you all of your options. All right. I have one last question here. Sorry, I'm going to answer this one last question before I pop off, okay? Unruly Cooley, I like that. Unruly Cooley says, after receiving my receipt notice for I-485, I-765, and I-131, what would be the next step for my application, and how long would it take for me to get a response? So I don't know what you submitted all of those based on. So I don't know if that was a self-petition or adjustment of status. If you want to type that in, I can give you kind of a better response, a more accurate response. But generally, after you get the receipt notices, it's about 5 months before you are sent a notice for biometrics, and in about a year to a year and a half before you get deferred action if this is a VAWA application, right? But if you're going to go all the way to the green card, it could be about 2 years or so. You're doing a self-petition. Perfect. Excuse me. So after the I-485 and the I-765, I-131, I hope you also submitted your I-360, which is really what the bulk of that self-petition is. So once you get the receipt notices for that, in about 2 to 3 months, you should get a prima facie determination. And that means that essentially means that you're protected. You will not be removed at all while your application is pending. So that's the first thing that happens when you're doing a self-petition. All right, so that's about 2 to 3 months after you get the receipt notices. And then about 5 months, you should be called for biometrics. And then about 6 months, you should get your work authorization and your travel authorization. And then, after that, you have your deferred action. That's about a year and a half. And then ultimately, hopefully, fingers crossed, you should get your green card in about 2 to 2.5 years. All right, Unruly Cooley, I hope that was helpful information for you. If you can call us, if you want to call us on anything related to VAWA self-petition, I would love to help you. I love doing VAWA. Shahina Ahmed says, do you do VAWA? Yes, I do VAWA. I do it very, very often. It's one of our most common case types, and I really love doing them. If we can help you, with your VAWA application, feel free to give us a call, and I would love to schedule a consultation with you and go through kind of all of the steps that I've kind of touched on today. Okay, our phone number, just in case, is 703-348-1663. Would love to chat with you for a consultation. We can help clients all throughout the U.S. All right, hope I can talk to you guys soon. Take care. Have a good night. Bye.